Are you listening?
Hey, welcome back to the Nerf Report. My name is Bryant, and for today's show, we are going to dive into a topic that I'm seeing asked a lot right now, and that is, what games are coming to Google Stadia in 2022? Which is a super valid question. As last we heard, the former director of games at Stadia, Jack Buser, told Mobile Syrup that they have a roadmap of over 400 games from 200 different developers that will be coming to the platform. And that statement was made at the end of 2020, so for the most part, those games were primarily planned for 2001 and 2022. And this was never my strong suit, but let's just do some quick math here. Stadia has launched roughly like 110 games in 2021, so 400 minus 110, you drop the zero, carry the one, 290 games. Now the million-dollar question is, will we see all of those 290 games launch for Stadia in 2022? And the answer to that is, I have no clue. But I do know that there were some games that were previously in development for Stadia that, for various reasons, are no longer. So it's quite possible that that number of 290 has shrunk.
Excuse me, not to be rude, but we're already pretty far into this video and you still haven't answered the original question. What can we expect from Google Stadia in 2022?
Well, going off just the numbers here, in 2019, Stadia launched 26 games. In 2020, Stadia launched 108 games. And in 2021, the number of launched games is likely to land somewhere around 108. So, this is just my thinking here, but based off of previous year's numbers and these statements made by Jack Buser, it's probably safe to assume that we are going to see anywhere from 100 to 150 games launch on Google Stadia in 2022.
And what will those games be?
Well, I did a little bit of research here, and I was able to create a list of roughly 30 games that have been announced as coming to Google Stadia in 2022. And some of the easiest games to predict are the Ubisoft ones. Ubisoft has already revealed that games like Rainbow Six Extraction, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, The Division Heartland, X-Defiant, Ghost Recon Frontline, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Far Cry Primal, and Far Cry 4 are all coming to Google Stadia in 2022. And outside of that, we have games that were originally supposed to launch in 2021, but have been delayed into 2022. And that list includes games like Jay and Silent Bob's Chronic Blunt Punch, Threda, Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange 2 Remastered, Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Rise of Shifter, Figment 2, Creed Valley, Mafia 1, Mafia 2, Reverse, and Windjammers 2. And that brings us to the games that Stadia has officially announced via various blog posts that are either listed as 2022 or they were listed as coming soon and we still haven't received them yet. And those include games like Sky Climbers, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, Fire Commander, Mad Streets, Scarf, Destiny 2 The Witch Queen Expansion, Death Carnival, She Dreams Elsewhere, Zorro the Chronicles, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. And then we have games that were announced during the Stadia Makers Game Jam. And if you weren't aware of this, multiple teams of independent developers competed to win Stadia's support in developing their game, and that resulted in games like Bushido Bots, Fragments, and Battle Billiards all coming to Stadia. And since we haven't seen them, I can only assume that we'll see them in 2022. Which brings us to a total of 31 confirmed games coming to Stadia at some point in 2022. And that, of course, brings us to the oh-so-special rumored section of today's show. And these rumored games include things like Instinction. The game will be releasing in September of 2022, and the developer has already said that they will bring the game to Stadia sometime after launch, so there is a chance that the game could be coming to Stadia, but at this point, that's still a rumor. The next two are the Stadia exclusives from Supermassive and Harmonix Games that were announced back in 2020. Prior to the closing of Stadia Games and Entertainment, Supermassive and Harmonix signed deals for exclusive Stadia games, and since then, it's been radio silence. Personally, I think it'd be very cool to see both of these games launch in 2022, but until we get official confirmation, that is why these games are still in the rumored section. So, what do you all think? Do any of these games interest you? What game do you hope to see added to Stadia in 2022? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. down below. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.